Ah, nice little flowers there. Now what are we going to talk about on this video? Well, the last video I did was I showed how to install, how to plant these begonias. And those were the existing begonias right there in the corner. And my mother, she wanted me to put some more in there, and there's no water there. So what to do? Well, I decided to plant these anyways because this video is all going to be about how to put some water over to here. And how are we going to do that? Well, stick around and I'll show you. Now what all are we going to need for our project? We're not going to need very much. Here's some 1/4-inch tubing. Okay, I've got 2 little bits of that. And here's a little tool I wanted to show you. This is where I'm going to push into the 1/2-inch pipe when I find it. See the end of it right there? It kind of has a cutter on there. So you can push this in, and then it's going to indentate that and make a hole to where it can make a connection for that. And then, you know, I just ended up putting everything in here. See, here's a little 90-degree connection. Here's a T connection. And I think I should have some couplings in here too. See, just a straight one like that. Poke that in there, and then poke the pipe on there, you know. And then I also have some ends. You go to the store, they got all kinds of stuff. This is more for a shrub. It's I think 2 gallons per hour. And I didn't have enough of those, so I got some more. See, 2 GPH, that means gallons per hour, flag drippers. Okay, there was 10 of those in there. And it kind of gives you directions on the back side. If you got any questions about that, you can talk to somebody at the hardware store. Now see, these are pretty cool. This is 1 gallon per hour mini inline drippers. See this little wheel? It's an inline dripper, which means I can run one, then put another little piece of pipe, run another one, put another piece of pipe, run another one, and that kind of thing. There's a little pinhead hole right there where that arrow is, and it drips out of there. You can also get these for the end of a line, where you plug it in on one and it just drips out of the end. And that would not, you can't hook these end to end to end to end on those. That's just at the end, okay? So look at the store, see what kind you want. Let's just pull this open, and I'll show you one of these. Boy, come on here, Rick. There we go. See, like a little mini wheel, and there's a little hole right there. See it? That little hole right there. Because this end, you put a pipe on that end and also on that end. So the other ones will only have a little knob like that on one side where you put that in, and then it drips out of this way if you want it at the end of a line. Okay, and that's pretty much all I'm going to need here. Ah, now you can see it. See there, that's probably, they have this flexible tubing. Generally it's black. They have it in 1/2-inch and also 5/8. I'm not sure what this one is. And I don't have to go any further, do I? Because it's just going right over to that tree. I'm going to cut in right in there. That's where I'm going to ultimately go. And so now I'm just going to dig this out a little bit. I don't have to go very deep, you know, because I'm going to tie in here with that 1/4-inch. And I'm just going to kind of go up this direction, and I don't really have to have the 1/4-inch down underneath the dirt very much. As you saw, there's other parts, like right there. The pipe is right here on the ground, and over by the other bush there, you can see it's just sitting here, and you can run it right on the top. But the reason why I'm digging this down just a little bit is just so when it comes up, I can kind of bend it at a slight angle. I don't necessarily have to take my cutter. Where is my cutter? Remember my little cutter here? It's got just a nice little cutter at the end. I can puncture that. Make sure everything is turned off. Your water's turned off at this point, right? Yeah. Turn your water off. And see, I'm going to puncture this just with this. This is pretty old too. Now I can come straight out of the top of the pipe, or I can kind of come at an angle. It seems as though I've got this cut up. I'm going to put it at a slight angle. And I don't have to come up and try to bend it over. Sometimes you may only have a little bit of room. You can come up, put the 90 on there, or you can come up and bend it and hope you don't kink it. The last thing you want to do is take your 1/4 inch pipe and kink it, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and puncture this. I'm just gonna take that and I'm just gonna push it in there. And I'm gonna twist a little bit and push it in, and I felt it go in right there. Okay. There's a little bit of water in there, but it's turned off, all right? But there could be some standing water in there, and some could come out. See there? It's coming out a little bit. The good thing I got that dug down just a hair so it doesn't get muddy and cover up my hole so I can't find it. Because see, now I've got to get my little coupling, okay? Stick with me. Now I'm going to put this coupling in there. See, it's got a tip on there, and there's one on both sides. Okay, I'm going to poke that down in there. And sometimes, you know, if this pipe was brand new, you could just take your hand and just poke it in there. Well, it's not brand new. It's a little stiff, the pipe, and it's at least 12 years old. So I can take a pair of pliers. I'm just going to hold it right like that, and I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use that and poke it down in there. Hold that, get that out, hold it in there. Poke it in there. That's what I did. You just have to be careful. You know, try to push it in at a straight angle or it might fold on you. Now, that could have been kind of tough for me to do just with my fingers. Okay, and with my gloves on, I'm probably going to take my gloves off to put the pipe in there now. Okay. So see, now you're going to have your little 1/4 inch tubing. Here's your tubing. And I'm just going to push that in there. I'm not going to cut this to length. I can cut that later, but I can kind of straighten it out a little bit. And you know, we're going over this direction, right? I've got to get all that on bubblers, also that new area over there. So I could take 2 lines off of here, can't I? I don't know how much water, how many plants I could take off of here. I could run the entire thing off of this, you know, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm going to take 2 lines there. I'm going to poke another one there, and I'm going to run one up to the purple flowers. Okay, and just do all that little bit, and then I'm going to run another one all the way over to that other side. That's what I'm going to do. And if you want to try to do it all in one go, you might have to read the packages or talk to somebody. I didn't have time to talk to anybody at the hardware store or landscape or anything like that. I'm doing this on the fly, and it just makes sense for me to do that. I've got enough pipe here, I believe. See, I've got that pipe there, and I've got this. I think I have enough to do this entire project with this. And this stuff comes, I don't know, 50-foot rolls or whatever. It's always nice to get extra, so you've got extra for whenever you need it, and parts, you know, the ends and couplings and all that. Be set up so you can do your project. Okay, so before I hook that one up, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to go ahead and poke another hole here. Now, fairly close to that one. It doesn't really matter. Twist it, and you should feel it kind of tap in there. That one, I couldn't feel it, but it went. Okay. Now I can find me another coupling. And I don't have many more couplings. I should have looked at that before I went to the store last time. You can get these in a 10-pack or whatever. Let me see if I can push it in here by hand. Yeah. It started to go, but see, I'd rather just use my pliers and get it done the first time, every time. Folded there. Kind of tweaked over there a little bit, okay? There. Got that. Now to connect the hoses. Okay, so I have two little lengths of hose, so I might as well hook both of them in. Get this kind of straight. And if you want, when you get done with this, if it's not going exactly straight, you can let it set out in the sun a few days and get it straightened out a little bit better, let's say. And I think I have a little bit firmer grip without my glove. And so I'm going to put it in there and twist it on. Just kind of push it back and forth. Come on. Come on. Where's my pliers? Man, I think I can push it a little bit further. I'm pushing and twisting as I go. Like I said, this pipe is probably 8 or 9 years old. This 1/4 inch tubing. And so it doesn't flex as easily as brand new stuff. So I'm going to just try to push it on there a little further if I can. There it goes. Okay, I've got that pushed all the way down in there. It probably would not have leaked had I've just had it halfway over it. Okay, so now I can straighten this out a little bit. You know what? Maybe I should put a little spit in it just to get it moist on the inside. Boy, my hands are a little slippery. Okay, I got it. You just can't, you gotta, it's a fine line putting your pliers on there because you want to just slip the pipe over that coupling, the nipple. Okay? Alright. Oh, that's the first major obstacle. I'm just gonna kind of straighten this out a little bit more. Get it going towards my work project area. I'm not going to straighten out this entire thing, but you see it's been in this roll for so long. I may have to work on it a little bit to get the zippity doodles out of there because I want it nice and straight. You know, and I can dig just a little bit of a trench too. You know, but see if you unroll it the same direction, then you can get most of the kinks out. You know, if you have an entire roll like this, if you take it and just hold it here and unroll it the same direction, it'll help you rather than any other direction. Okay, so I'm going to work on that a little bit and get her straight.